The American version of Super Mario Bros. 2 was released in 1988. The game was a critical and commercial success, becoming one of the best-selling games on the original NES system. It was also released in 1993 for the Super Nintendo as part of the All-Stars Game Pack. Of course, as kids, we didn't know this was a reworking of the Japanese title Doki Doki Panic, but that's a story for another time. Super Mario Bros. 2 lets you select between 4 different characters: Mario, Luigi, Toad, and Peach. The 4 characters all control different from each other, with different jump arcs, varying speed and power. Jumping on enemies will not kill them in this game, but you can pick them up and throw them at each other. Alternatively, you can pick up vegetables and use them as projectiles. As Toad has the most power, he can pick up items the quickest. While I used all 4 characters while playing through the title for this review, I found myself relying solely on Peach during the later levels. Her ability to hover for a few moments is invaluable during the game's tougher stages. As a whole, the controls are excellent. The movement and jumping are super responsive. However, there are a few minor annoyances here that don't crop up in other Mario games. The collision detection is sometimes wonky, and the game requires you to be centered on an object to pick it up. Finally, the controls feel a touch slippery at first, but the learning curve is small, and you'll be speeding through levels with precision in no time. Finally, you can do a power squat jump. This adds another layer of complexity to the game, and allows Luigi to skip certain sections of levels entirely. Having multiple jumps is a mechanic that Nintendo would expand upon in later games, especially Super Mario 64. The excellent controls are matched with awesome levels. There are 7 worlds total, each with their own theme and obstacles. The first 6 worlds have 3 levels, while the 7th world has just 2. Super Mario Bros. 2 starts off fairly easy, with few open pits and simple platforming. However, the game's difficulty curve progresses nicely through the adventure, with the final couple of levels offering a great challenge. While the first Super Mario Bros. Level structure was strictly left to right, the sequel adds vertical movement to the formula. This might be in the form of vines to climb or straight up platforming, but it adds to the Mario formula, and it makes it feel like the series has evolved. This is exactly what you want in a sequel. Another great addition is the potions. Instead of vegetables, some plants have a secret potion. Throwing them will create a door. Going through the door will reveal the back of the level. If you've placed this correctly, there will be a mushroom that adds to your life bar. Additionally, picking up plants will give you coins. These coins are used at the end of the stage's bonus game. Here, you can earn extra lives. The reward of bonus lives makes this minor diversion in the gameplay worthwhile, and is quite frankly, great design. Super Mario Bros. 2 in general is an awesome example of great design. Gameplay mechanics are slowly introduced and then repeated throughout the adventure. Bombs are introduced as a way to access secret areas by blowing up walls. Later, they are required for progression. At first, you can drop them and run away, but later maps require you to time your drop correctly in order to proceed. Mushroom blocks work in a similar way. When introduced, you simply need to stack them up to reach higher areas, but later, the skills learned by throwing them around and stacking them are required to defeat bosses. As a whole, Super Mario Bros. 2 is always teaching you new skills, and then requiring you to master those skills in later levels. It is a ton of fun, and really elevates itself past other cookie-cutter platformers from the era. Moving on to the All-Stars aspect of this release, the graphics and sound have received a complete overhaul, bringing the adventure firmly into the 16-bit generation. The sprite work looks terrific, with detailed foregrounds and backgrounds, giving the game more diversity than its 8-bit release. I've always been a huge fan of the sound in Super Mario Bros. 2, and love the Middle Eastern vibe the game provides. This overall feeling is preserved in All-Stars, and I appreciate the restraint the designers exercised when composing the new soundtrack. The music remains simple and catchy, and the instrument samples selected are perfect. Lastly, the All-Stars version of SMB2 starts you with 5 lives instead of 2, has unlimited continues, and offers a save feature. These combine to make the challenging game a lot more approachable if you're not familiar with the title. Overall, I really enjoy Super Mario Bros. 2. Playing it again for the first time in a few years has been a rather refreshing experience. I forgot about all the little gameplay details making this an awesome sequel to an iconic game. While Super Mario Bros. 2 may not have started out as a Mario game, Elements originating here have stuck with the franchise since, and it has earned its place in Mario's legacy. 5 out of 5.